What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I show you that collecting is fun. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the Riddler final suit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You had to be there in order for you to understand what this suit means, what this figure means, what Jim Carrey playing the Riddler means. You had to be there. It's one thing to watch it now, to be introduced to it now through your parents, older brother, cousin, niece, anybody, right? Mama, auntie, it doesn't matter. It's one thing to be introduced to it now, but it's a whole nother thing to be there, to be right then when it was out, to see Jim Carrey in his prime doing the dadgum do with this character. Man, look, I already have the other version. Okay, I actually got the whole set from McFarlane. I mean, when he came out with that wave, I was like, oh, you did right with that one. You came out with the Batman Forever wave. Now, we didn't get in that wave the main suit for Val Kilmer, but he did give us the, night suit or whatever it was called. And that's a cool suit. I like that one. I'd like that one, I think, more than the original one. But he gave us the original one, or his main suit, in the six-pack. The Batman six-pack, which, yeah, that's a lot of money, and I'm not doing that. So I'm good. I'm good on that. Yeah, I like this version of him. If I find him, maybe, single, I don't know if I'll ever find him single. Is Val Kilmer, plus since he passed away, I don't think anybody is getting rid of any Val Kilmer anything now, right? So rest in peace, Val Kilmer. He's done a lot for us. Good stuff, man. Good underrated actor, man. Really was, man. Now, on to this figure here. This is a wacky, crazy looking figure, right? Looks like he can glow in the dark, right? But no, he can't glow in the dark. Like, if he does, that would be amazing. But no, I don't think he can. And I'll try it out just to see what happens. Throw some black light on him and see what happens. But I don't think so. He didn't glow in the dark in the movie. It wasn't that kind of deal. He was just in this crazy suit. And this is the suit that he had on when he was like big brained, where he was like sucking up the psyche of everybody. That was his whole motif in the movie anyway, just feeding off of people's brains and getting smarter. So he was coming up with all these different riddles, and it's like, what? It was crazy. But anyway, this is a red platinum, as you can see. Whatever that means, I don't know, man. I actually came across another red platinum Riddler, and it was for the Super Friends. I'll bring him out in the middle in a minute. I don't know when I'm going to open that. I don't know when I'm going to open my Super Friends figures at all. All I have are two, right? And I'm not trying to get all of them. But when I saw that Riddler, I was like, yo, I'm getting that one. Let's take a look at the back here. The back is just going to be nothing but this, which is beautiful. I like that. I'm keeping this here. I'm definitely keeping this. This is a poster right here. This, if you had the chance to get the Batman Forever poster, this is it, man. This, golly, dude. It's a beautiful looking poster, man. Think about it, man. Let's look at it. Shows you the key players in the movie. The ugly Batmobile. I have the Batmobile, but I don't care. It's still ugly to me. And then you got the nice bat symbol, which represents his Batman, not Michael Keaton, and Val Kilmer looking like the man. All right, let's take him out of the packaging and let's talk about what this figure has to offer and the goodness that is Jim Carrey as the Riddler. All right, let's have some fun. Okay, and here he is, Jim Carrey, James, as the final suit, as Riddler in his final suit. Now, of course, I want to give you everything, so I have to give you the barcode, and you should be able to find this in Target. Let's see. Bam. Have fun with that. You should be able to find him in Target. I found him. Matter of fact, I know where two of them are in my local, in my city. I can find, I know exactly where, like I said, two of them are. At least last time I went in there. I'll say that, okay? So it's not something that's really hard to find, at least not for me. Hopefully it's not going to be hard to find for you. Okay, let's take a look at what this guy has to offer. Now, one thing I do know is that he has a different cane, because in the final suit or final moments of Batman Forever, he's big-brained, he's smart as can be, he's sucking up all the psyche of everybody who has one of those inventions that he made, and he's just becoming smarter and smarter and smarter, and he's thinking he's a god now. He said because a god, he had changed his voice and everything. He did this weird thing that he did when he was talking to Batman. He was like, I forgot exactly what he said, but he's like, but then a god am. I was like, what in the world, dude? What was going on? Man, sucking up people's psyche made you do that? Change your vocal cords? Okay, fine, whatever. But look at this suit, man. All the different question marks. Now, his other one has question marks too. But I would definitely bring him out to compare. Now, let's take a look at what he has. And I'm not even going to take anything off of him. He's just going to stand like this because I like this. They posed him the way he should be, in the box. And there's no real reason to take him out of his out of his pose, unless you're going to put him in a different kind of pose where he's on a throne, he's doing something weird, crazy, goofy, anything that's worthy of a Jim Carrey. Now let's look at his likeness. Let's look at his man's face. That's him. That is him. Is it a crime that we don't have a mask version of Jim Carrey? Like somebody somewhere did a mask version, right? A mask figure for Jim, or a mask figure, period. And definitely Jim, because you have the cartoon, but then you also have him. Somebody should have done it. Some third party, somebody had done it already or is doing it, should do it. I don't know, but that's a good one. But as you can see, his hair is all, coiffed, if you want to say it that way. It's just styled and looking crazy, and it's nice. He was a cool villain in that movie. Jim did his thing, man. And he did it, what his version was a callback to Frank Gorshin's Frank Gorshin's Riddler in Batman 66. And we had two different Riddlers, but he chose Frank Gorshin's because Frank was genius. I loved it. Man, this is he's got some glitter. Looks like he's got glitter on his suit because he's supposed to. And he's got this thing here where he was about to press a button. This was the button that he was going to press in the movie where he was giving Batman the choice. He's like, you can't save both of them. You can't save the woman that you love or like at that time, because they weren't in love, but like, you can't save your love interest, and you can't save your partner. So which one are you going to do? Newfound partner, newfound love. What are you going to say? You can't say both at the same time. He's like, it's a trap. I can't say both at the same time. He's like, wrong answer. And then he gave him that little riddle. Batman's, hold on. I got a riddle for you. He said, like, what he said? Darkness is, well, you understand. It's an easy riddle. But he's like, please, you're as blind as a bat. He's like, exactly. And then that's when he broke the machine, and the messed him up, and he had the whole disfigured face, which was weird how that disfigured his face. I'm not sure how that added up, how that math was mathing for all of that to disfigure his face, even though it was just stuff coming out of him, but his face was getting messed up. And it came back to normal at the end of the movie too, because he was just crazy. But anyway, that's the whole deal with this, because this is pretty much his Super Saiyan mode, God mode Riddler. That's what the Super Saiyan mode of Riddler. So let's take a look at somebody. Let's wake him up a bit. Got that McFarlane arthritis. Ugh. Ooh. Muscles have atrophied. All right. Come on now. Because I'm not taking you out that pose. I like the way you're holding this cane here. This cane is great. But I'm going to open you up a little bit. There you go. The left leg is better than the right leg. I'm so stiff about the right leg. Of course, he has the McFarlane swivel and the pivots and the right? All of that stuff. Toe articulation, great. These shoes are wicked. Would you wear these shoes if you have the chance and say, hey, we're coming out with some Batman Forever shoes, and we're going to come out with some Riddler final suit versions? Would you wear these? Somebody out here would. Somebody out here got a green suit, a white suit, a cream. Nah, not cream, but a white suit. ivory something, and then throw a little green in there so you can coordinate. You got to coordinate. Somebody will do it, but I like it. And I'm glad none of this is rubbed off on me. This is like really painted in and stayed in there. Nothing has come off, no glitter, nothing has come off at all. I appreciate that. So yes, it's you know, plain whatever color figure or off-white looking figure with these, you know, little sprinkles of glitter every so often, you know, and pretty spaced out and ratioed out or what have you. And then you got these question marks. Posing wise, you know, oh wow, can't do anything there. No, to break that. That's not working there, but you don't have much with the torso rocker. Interesting. So not much articulation there, but legs, yes, and arms, yes. But as far as the torso, nah. All right, so let's bring out some other Riddlers and come do a little comparison. Okay, so here's original Riddler and final Suit Riddler. Okay, regular and Super Saiyan, whichever way you want to word it, look at it. And he comes with 2 hands, so that's good. He comes with a regular, let's just take a look and see a little closer look at this. This is just a regular hand to, I don't know, maybe, you know, reach out and try to caress the hair of Dr. Chase Meridian, which we do not have a figure of. But I digress. You know, that Batman Forever line, whenever that hits, you know, people are going to jump on that. When I hit this McFarlane website, I'm getting the whole pack, because he's going to give you with that. He's going to hit you with that discount. That's the thing. That's what he does. He gets you with that discount. That's what I did for a few things. It's what I did for the Batman Forever wave. I got it from his website with the discount, and of course, with his discount, it's just a lot better. You end up, when you calculate everything, if you were to buy this in the store, you would pay around the same amount if you were to buy it in the store. But you're paying it, you're getting that lower price from him, and you're getting his shipping, which is nothing to play with. His shipping is super fast. It may be for pre-order. As soon as you order that thing, you will be surprised that thing will show up at your doorstep within the next few days. Or within that week. Let's just be reasonable. Within that week. And these Superman figures that he announced that are already up for pre-order right now, those things are scheduled to come out June 1st. So if you did your pre-ordering, some websites say July, I would not be surprised that thing comes out. Those things start coming your way within the week or so. So I took advantage of some of that. So anyway, and I calculated it. I was like, man, okay, so I'm paying around the same amount I would in the store. So I'm getting it from him, and I'm going to get it faster. And I don't have to be concerned with too much, because his shipping is ridiculous. But this is a nice card for him. I'm not sure if this card was the same as the one we got with the other one, because we got cards for everybody from that wave. But this is just a piece of the poster, a piece of the artwork that's on the back of the box. So that's fine. And then on this side you have, is it just the synopsis, somewhat synopsis of the movie itself. Batman faces 2 foes, schizophrenic Harvey Dent, and then disgruntled X-Wayne Enterprises employee, inventor, Edward E. Nigma. Yep, really cool, play on words. Brilliant character for Batman. Whoever made the Riddler, kudos to you, baby. All right. Now, what he could have done was give us something better with this. Literally could have given us something better with this. I know it's the same old story, right? But he could have given us that symbol. You know, the Batman Forever symbol, where you got, let's squeeze this in here really quick. Squeeze this in here. Okay, hold on. Back it up. Right here. He could have put this on the stand. How cool would that have been? This would have been wonderful memorabilia if he had put this on the stand. Now you got to get somebody to 3D print or get a sticker or cut this out yourself and then, you know, make it into a laminated label and FedEx Kinko's, and then you can put it right there. That's what you can do. Lame. Why we gotta do all that? You gotta go to Redbubble, go to Etsy, get your sticker and put it right there on the stand. So yeah, try that. Go to Etsy or any other place that has a sticker. Find something like that at Second and Charles that has something of that nature, or make your own and have fun. Okay, so we're done with the hands. Let's look at the Riddlers. These boys, like I said, look almost exactly the same. As you can see, the question marks are more spaced out on him. They're more jumbled up on him. You can see his staff is way more flimsy than this one. Different green. This is gold. Really cool stuff. Hairstyle, all of that. Really nice. Really, really nice. I don't need to look at everything because everything is the same. It's just different colors and different assortment or placement for the question marks. His loafers or his shoes are the exact same too. See that? Same. Just colored different. Same shoes. So overall, I would have to say this is an excellent figure. I mean, it's McFarlane. So per McFarlane standards, what he likes to give us, this is a pretty cool figure here. This is accurate enough for this. And again, there's that question. When's the next time you're going to get yourself a Jim Carrey Riddler figure? Will Mattel do a Batman Forever wave? Will they? Ask yourself this question. Will they ever do this? It's these topics right here. These questions make you wonder. Just go ahead and bring him out because this is the suit that he wore when he threw, and this is the batarang that he threw. He threw that batarang at that big old thing, and it messed him up. Woo! And he became scared and crazy. When are you going to get another wave for Batman Forever? Will Mattel do this? This is the question you got to ask yourself. Like this, you're going to have a documentary or documentaries come out about just McFarlane and how he had the aisles, the toy aisles on a chokehold, how he had people's wallets on a chokehold because he was coming out with stuff left and right. Smaller than Hasbro, but like really sticking it to him by putting out all of this content that people were just like grabbing and stuff was selling out. Amazing. 7-inch figures, and he just doing the daggum do. That was a lot of his figures outsold Hasbro. I would have to believe that. It was ridiculous. So you're going to have documentaries coming, and then you're going to have this information. You're going to have videos like this probably show up and talk about how McFarlane had the store aisles in the chokehold, had your wallets in the chokehold, had Uncle Tim rants and reviews talking about, you know, all the ridiculous stuff he talks about. Right now, he is struggling for content right now. I'm just saying that not to put him on blast, but I mean, it's just the real deal. But anyway, you're going to see this. You're going to see all this stuff about McFarlane later on. And then you're going to be thinking about, man, I remember when I was there. I was there during Batman Forever. I was there during the age of McFarlane when he had all his stuff in the aisles of Walmart, Target, Best Buy. Now that Mattel is coming next year, how's it going to look? How are the aisles going to look? How is Best Buy going to look? The collector spot going to look? See what I'm saying? So while you have the chance, don't dawdle. Get this stuff while you can. Another thing, I said I was going to bring this guy out. Look at this. Look at this dude. This is a red platinum too. See that? Red platinum. Whatever that means. I like the way this guy looks, man. This is a really cool. Just that one simple question mark right on his chest. That's all he needs. And this is just classic. Speaks of a different time. Will Mattel do this? Very good question. I am looking forward to all of these figures coming out. I only want the heroes, but since I saw the Riddler and these red platinum, why not? I only want Soups. I got Batman. I want her. And you know how I feel about this outfit. I don't like that. But Supergirl, if she comes out cool. Flash, yes. Batgirl, yes. This is what I want. I want the Super Friends collection. I really want to go ahead and complete that. So hopefully McFarlane does good with that. There's somebody else, of course. I got to bring out my man who is the reason for Jim Carrey doing what he did. Frank Gorshin. Thank you so much, Frank. This man, if it wasn't for him, If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have none of this right now. So this is a cool collection, man. This is really, really cool. Get it while you can. Don't think that this stuff is just going, I'll get it whenever. Don't try to get it on the third market, aftermarket, whatever. Folks are going to try to sell this stuff for crazy prices because it's going to be collector's items for real. Like, it says collector's edition on some of these packages, but some of them really will be collector's items. So think about that before you start, joning on McFarlane too hard. Some of the stuff is going to be like, man, you know what? Even though some of the stuff was kind of whack, he did give it to us. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I do hope you have a chance to find all the things that you find that gives you joy and make you happy. Hopefully this is not a grip on you. Hopefully you're doing this for fun and it's not just for FOMO or whatever. You are actually understanding and knowing why you're collecting and what you're collecting so that it won't become a burden to you. So, on that note, have fun collecting because collecting is fun. Later days.
Sing.